What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammer Down Creations. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about these Pentair GloBrite lights. So if you can see right here, there's a lot of corrosion and everything. If you wiggle it, you can hear the noise inside of it. On this one, I can actually hear the water on the inside, and apparently this is the same issue that every single person has with these lights. So I looked up what the replacement cost for these lights were, and it was somewhere around $480 a piece. And these lights have not worked since I moved into the house last year, and these were only manufactured in 2020, so less than 5 years, and these lights already don't work. Apparently that's a pretty common problem, and these lights to replace are around $480 a piece, and that doesn't seem like something that I want to do, especially with two lights in there. Spending about $1,000 is not exactly worth it in my mind, and we had some cheap floaty LED lights that we would throw into the pool at nighttime. During my search for an alternative to these lights, I did come across several other different kind of lights on Amazon or eBay that were cheap Chinese parts, and it looked like they worked, but they weren't exactly what I was looking for. I did stumble across a YouTube channel that had a version of this exact light that was filled with resin, and that is the problem that these lights have, is the water seeps through the seal back here on the back where the cable enters the enclosure and then destroys the electronics on the inside. And these lights were actually resin filled, so the entirety of this enclosure is filled with resin on the outside of the electronic portion and on the inside of the enclosure, so that no water could ever get inside of these. So these right here are the lights that I ended up finding, and the price displayed on here is for different variants of length, so you can check those out. And then also down in the comments below, I'll have a link to their website that you can go check out. Obviously a very small price difference between the cheaper versions and then these that are resin filled. I wanted to go with the resin filled enclosures, so we are going to go ahead and throw those in this video, and you'll see how they turn out. So if you want to go from something like this and the pool light's not working to something like this, then stick around, watch this video. I'll show you how to install these parts and then get them turned on, and how I feel about them at the end. Before we get it installed, let's check and see what's inside of the box. So up here on the corner, I don't know if you can see that, it says underwater light, the model number. It's 12 watts and also 12 volts. So RGB colors, IP68 rating, and this is the 50 foot. Got an instruction manual right here. Looks like it comes with the tool. Get to that here in a minute. Here's the removal tool. If it didn't come with this, I know that they do have these that are 3D printed that I was just going to print out, but it's nice that it does come with this. Same description here on the side of the light. So 12 volts, 12 watts, RGB, IP68, and it was made last month, so that's good. There is a small O-ring that's here on the back. It does feel pretty solid, so it's definitely, I would say, resin filled. So we'll see how this thing holds up. One more thing with the cable, so it does say that they're 1.5 millimeter. I don't know what that equates to, because that's not normally how we measure the cable size, but these also have some sort of ferrule here on the end, which will make installation a little bit easier as long as the lengths are correct. The instruction manual is pretty simple, so it gives you a breakdown of the different light changing modes right here. Precautions for installation, just saying that you need to make sure that it's underwater to have the light on, because it can damage it, because the water is used to cool the light off. Obviously you want to make sure circuit breakers are off and everything. And then it gives you an installation guide right here, and shows all the different style of niches that you could potentially use and how you would put those on. Also has the Pentair part numbers down here for the different style of niche, so that is nice if you need to make sure that this will fit your model. So Go ahead and get this thing installed, and hopefully we won't have to come over here to the fault section to troubleshoot. So this is what the pool lights look like right now. They don't work. So this one down here is about 78 feet, I think it was, and this one's around 50 feet. And this is our transformer box right here. So this is going to convert the 120 volts down to the 12 volts for the lights. So I'll go ahead and get this cover popped off after we turn off the circuit breaker and get the fish tape and pull these lines through. Go ahead and turn everything off just so we know that there's no power running over there. Oh no, straight into the hole. Alright, so over here on the right hand side we can see the cables running in from the Pentair box over here, the control panel, and that's going to be your 120 volts, and then it goes through this transformer right here that is going to convert it from 120 volts down to 12, and then those cables are going to run over to this side over here. So you can see there's 3 cables on each one of these, so one coming out of this unit up here and then one running to each one of the lights. So we'll go ahead and pull these off, figure out which one goes to which tube and which one runs back up here, and then we'll get the other fish tape hooked up so we can pull the lights through. So we got these 2 cables right here. This is for this pipe right here. I'm still not sure exactly which light this is going to go to, so we're going to have to probably unscrew both of them and then start pulling on it to see which one it pulls from. This right here is the Doyle fish tape that you get from Harbor Freight. It's pretty cheap, about 30 bucks, and I went ahead and got the fiberglass one just so it can pull through the pipes a little bit easier. I know these are 1-inch PVC pipes, so it shouldn't be too hard to pull this small cable through and the fish tape. So you want to make sure you use some good tape with this just to make sure that there's a nice grab on it. So get both of the cables tied together right here. Not the cleanest job ever, but as long as it sticks. Alright, so we got that nice and tight. One of the cables is running through the fish tape, so we'll go ahead and go down to the pool and unscrew all the lights. Luckily, I have a really tall tripod. Just set it down here in the pool and show you guys how to get this thing out. So we're going to do it just a quarter of a turn to the left. Should unlock it, and then hopefully we can just pull this guy out. Again, I need to make sure that this light is the one that I'm pulling, because I'm not sure which tube it's going to, but the tool worked just fine and the light is out of the socket. Alright, so you can see the fish tape is all the way through. This is the old light right here with a bunch of water damage. So we'll go ahead and get this cut off, get the new cable attached to it, and pull it back through. There is no year stamp on here, so anywhere from 2018 to 2021. So it's at least probably 5 years old, if not older. I think the pool itself was installed about 6 years ago. Slight delay from a random thunderstorm that rolled through, but we got the new light hooked up to the fish tape, which is in the niche in the pool, so we'll go ahead and pull this guy back through. So just to give a quick comparison between the two, so you can see obviously the new one is not completely fogged up. It does appear to have 3 LEDs on the inside as far as I can tell, and this one definitely has seen better days. This mold right here does have the threads on it, so I think that can go into multiple different style of niches. Hopefully it does fit mine. The O-ring on the back right here seems about the same. The nut right here on the end does have the IP68 rating, so hopefully that holds true, and it is waterproof in fact, but for the most part they look the same. This one does have multiple different slots in it to be able to thread it in, I guess, just in case some of them break. So we'll go ahead and get this other one put in and then get them fired up. All right, so we got both cables snaked through. Went ahead and pulled the shroud off the outside. I probably left 8 or 9 inches of the cable out of the box, and then pulled probably 4 or 5 inches off of the sheathing. So we'll go ahead and get these wires stripped and then get them connected. I'm not 100% sure which one of these go to which, but I'll have the blue, both of the blues on with one, and then both of the brown or tan colors go into the other one. All right, wire nuts are in place, so we'll go ahead and get all this wrapped up and go ahead and test the lights. All right, so there we are. First test successful. So right now it looks like they're on the color changing option. So it does work with the Pentair GloBrite, whatever you want to call it, color changing. Sweet, so I'll get some more photos or videos once it's dark out here, but looks to be like it's working. All right, so here we go. This is the lights all lit up at night. I apologize for the noise of the frogs. The rain that we had earlier really set them off, and the pond is filling up. So, but this is what they look like. Right now I got them set to the changing color. As you can see, need to go in and mess with them just to see what the different settings are for setting them as one color or just having them rotate through. But they definitely look good. Only 2 lights are filling up this whole pool, so I can't complain too much. Definitely worth the upgrade, and we'll see how long these lights last, see what they compare to the actual OEM Pentair. But I think the quality that I observed installing them is definitely a plus, and the price point that you're going to pay for these being much cheaper than the Pentair is definitely worth it. Just to show, I think this is my favorite color. This is the dark blue color. It's not really showing up too great on the camera. It's showing up a little bit lighter than it actually is, but it's definitely a dark blue color, and I think it looks good. So we'll probably keep it on this for now, and then cycle through, see if we like any of the other ones a little bit better. So that's going to do it for this video. I will say that I'm very pleased with these lights. Hopefully they last longer than the typical Pentair lights or even the replacement lights that you can find online for much cheaper. They do work with the controls exactly the way that Pentair designed it. So direct swap. The only issue that I really had was the confusion on the threads on the enclosure going into the niche inside of the pool, but everything worked out just fine. They fit perfectly. All the cables hooked up just fine, and then the lights turned on perfectly. So again, if you want to purchase these lights, go ahead and check out the link down in the description below. That's going to do it for this episode. Hammer Down Creations out.